Alright guys, this is going to be the part 2 ScanMaster video. The first video I did was me installing the ScanMaster, so if you didn't see that one, go ahead and check it out. Pretty good video. I did a video after that about the headers. Turns out the driver's side had an obnoxiously large crack in it, and I had to get it welded up. So that video I showed you guys how we welded it up and put it back in the car. So I got a couple trouble codes that are concerning here, and I will show you them. So one of the trouble codes is an O2 sensor reading slow. So I was hoping the cracked header getting fixed would fix that, but still not fixed. So luckily I grabbed another O2 sensor, and I'm going to install that right now. The other issue is this right here, air temp sensor. And that's because when I got this intake tube, it didn't come with a provision to screw in. So I'm going to see if I can go back to my buddy sometime this week, have a hole drilled out, weld a bung in there, and screw this bad boy back in. Hopefully that should solve the air sensor problem. However, the O2 sensor issue is definitely a bad O2 sensor, so went ahead and got a new one. I'm going to install it. But other than the O2 sensor trouble code showing up on the ScanMaster, there's something else that kind of tells me this is what's the problem. BLM being at 150, that means it is extremely lean, and the computer is trying to fatten it up as much as it can to make up for that O2 sensor not reading. So with the car off, the BLM is 128, which is factory set. What BLM stands for is block learn memory, which is the computer's way of storing trim over a long period of time. Pretty much the default battery for the default value for the BLM is 128. So technically the ideal range is between 118 and 138. So being as that the car is not running and it's at 128, 150 while running is definitely not good. And that tells me that O2 sensor needs to be replaced. Just like the other ScanMaster, it has all the cool options you can look through, especially the trouble codes. But right now we got to get that O2 sensor fixed and see if that BLM changes. Stay tuned for part 3. I'll be replacing that O2 sensor, replacing some vacuum lines, replacing the plenum, throttle body, and intake manifold gaskets, because I'm pretty sure I have a vacuum leak too. So